Really good, mate. Yeah, really looking good here at Mannum. The great deck. I mean,
it is.
I don't know how much rain they've had here. I would suggest none, but the river water's certainly been used to good use.
Reclaimed water here, I think.
Looks excellent. So
and a very warm welcome. First time, Nick Davenant. Welcome, Dabby.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Yeah. So yeah, big game for. We've interviewed both coaches, and we'll look at those interviews later on. But yeah, big game for both clubs, I reckon. Mannum want to play finals, and they've got to beat a team like the Suns. And the Suns, I talked to Tom about the fact that the years you've been in, finished in the finals, but never really fired a shot in anger. So big day for both.
It is. I mean, round 3, but I reckon they're probably playing for 5th and 6th spot, as you just mentioned, Sonny. So important game. I think with the Suns still getting some players back in. Ryan Werfel plays his first game. Really look forward to watching young Ryan go about it. So starting to build, but big Braden Grenfell not playing now, so not sure of the future there. But and Chad Resky's still out, so a little bit to do for both clubs, but it's going to be a cracking game of footy.
And Dabby, we're a couple of weeks in now, Easter's gone, so we're going to have a run of 5 or 6 weeks where clubs playing. So it's a time now where clubs really need to sort of get some rhythm going and start stringing some wins together.
Yeah, I think that's where the Suns guys will be looking to play around their structure. So you've got a few guys coming in, a few going out. So really looking to test their game plan and where they're going to be at for the season and sort of make a few changes where they need. But really looking to get a run on now and build into the season.
And a big deck out here. I mean, it's a magnificent condition, but it's a big oval. When you drive in, you're looking, it's almost as wide as some grounds are long. So it is a different oval to play. You can get lost a little bit out there.
For sure. I actually think, from what I've seen of Mannum and what I know of the Suns, I think it suits both sides.
Okay.
Not overly big bodies, but the ability to run and spread, I think, for both sides will be the key today. So I think the oval suggests that we'll see some good footy.
Yeah, there's a bit of a crosswind that's sort of blowing across our shoulders here to the pocket, but seeing goals kick both ends. So really looking forward. So our RMFL TV Awards, Baz, obviously we can't do what we do without some terrific sponsors. So if you just want to run through our award winners from the game, 2 weeks ago now, between Maipo and Jervois.
Yep, so Player of the Day is the Smiley Car Wash Award, Reed Colour. Apparently he had close to 50 possessions, not a bad day. I didn't get that in a season, but Reed's done it in a day. So just a terrific footballer, love the way he goes about it. Dutton Goal of the Day, I hope I pronounced this right, Cam Poarama from Jervois, exciting young player. McHugh's Mark of the Day, Josh Scott, continues to get that award. I'd love to know how many times Josh Scott's got that award. Elding Rising Star, young Ethan Watkins from Maipo.
A lot of good players out there, young blokes. So.
Yep. The Murray Sales Defender of the Day, Riley Robinson. Really hoping that Riley puts his hand up for interleague football this year because just controls the back six. So
I'm not guessing, but we've had 13, 14 set marks.
Consistently does that. So that's good on Riley. Anytime Fitness Incentive Award, AB from Jervois, again, exciting player. I reckon he came 5th in the sprint.
Yes, he did
at the gather round. So
I know you blokes, I couldn't walk the day after a game of footy. Let alone go and do a sprint.
He's doing sprints, so no, he's expired.
Actually, it's interesting in the third quarter. Like Maipo controlled the first half of the third quarter. I know, talking to a few Maipo guys, they felt like they went away from their structures, but actually AB was one guy in that third quarter, actually almost got Jervois back in himself. So, terrific young player. So.
Yeah, he is, up-and-coming young player, so good on AB.
Yeah, so great game of footy out there 2 weeks ago at Maipo. So our RMFL TV sponsors, Nick, if you just want to run through our sponsors.
Yeah, so today for the RMFL TV scoreboard, you've got the Murray Valley Standard, the Coin Toss and Jimmy's Joke, sponsored by Crowley's Paints. The quarter-time breaks, Drendel Concrete. Special comments are sponsored by Eckerd Earth Movers. Matt's Quiz, the Ruck and Rover podcast, Chili Chandler and Harry Mansfield. And the major sponsor today is the Swamport Hotel.
Yeah, and big, again, Baz, we're the same as Clubland. We can't survive without the support of sponsors, and we've got some incredible sponsors, some new ones that have come on this year, and we've had sponsors who have been contacting us wanting to get on board, haven't they? So.
Which is encouraging because I think we're improving our brand all the time, and people want to jump on board. But obviously we don't run without a few dollars, and our sponsors are excellent in helping us out that way.
Cool, thank you. So our league awards. So our Dutton's leading goal kicker. And Grenfell on 13, so averaging 6.5 in 2 games. So whether we see him again, time will tell. Daniel Zander, a new guy in at Tailem Bend. Both Zander boys have started particularly well. He's with 10. Ben Hansen, 9, kicked 6 late. He was a big difference the second half last week, 2 weeks ago out at Maipo. Cody Crowley, we'll see him later on with 9. Chad Resky with 8 in that first round. Dan Menzel, obviously the Cats have had a couple of weeks off now with 8. And Sam Sanders also from the Cats with 7. So, some really good, actually, goal kickers right across all clubs at the moment. So,
it is. I mean, everyone wants to see a few goals being kicked, and that's what we're seeing in our league, which is really encouraging.
Yeah. So our Dacia Irrigation and Fodder Player of the Year. So we've got our 3-2-1s from the games last week. Bads, if you just want to run through that for us.
So the Taylor and Ben Mannum game, the Edward boys really contributed obviously there. Jackson Edwards with 3 votes, Brodie with 2, and Cody Crollig, up and coming young player with a huge future, I reckon. Looking forward to watching him today. Cody got the 1 vote. The Suns and the Storm, so Brandon Grenfell, outstanding, 3 votes. Rory O'Driscoll, Rory's probably moving as well as I've seen him for a long time. Yep. I reckon he's sort of lightened up a little bit, covering the ground really well. And old Smitho keeps going at it. He's not that old, but he's been around for a long time.
He's there every week too, which is going to make a difference to you guys, isn't it?
Not definitely.
In and out, so.
Yeah, for sure. So he's a consistent, and captain this year too is Smitho. So with 1 vote, Imps and the Cats, Brodie Martin. Again, we talk about blokes ageing, but this bloke doesn't. I think he's playing as good as footy as I've seen him play since he's been back in country footy. Matty Hartman, just a great competitor with 2 votes. Seb Kerrish, absolute gun with 1. Maipo and Jervois, recolour, as said before, heap of possessions with 3 votes. Aaron Wosley Black, watch this fella, he goes all right.
He was good.
With 2 votes. And Ben Hanson, going well on 1 vote. So the leaders, Cody Crollig and Ben Hanson, both with 4.
Yep. Yeah, as I said, recolour, terrific last week going the game we watched, and Wosley Black, tall, left footer, lanky sort of a guy, but uses the footy real well. And Ben Hanson, he's almost a new recruit for him. He missed so much footy, and he kicked 6 for the day, and a couple of real big goals in the last quarter. So, he said, Dabby, you've got to have your best players out on the park, and Gerald's probably out of it at half time, and they just found a way to win, and good sides do that, don't they? So, And so, our Club King, we can start that again, our Chemist King Club of the Year. So that's all the grades, all combined. So, Nick, if you just want to run through our leaders there, please.
So. Yes, I've got Jervois going well with 15 points at the top. Mannum, 14. Taylor and Ben, 14. Coorong Cats, 13. Southern Valley, 11. Mallee Storm, 4. Imperials, 2. Maipalonga, 2. The Ramblers looking forward to getting their first point today, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so again, thanks to Chemist King for that, and that's across all grades, so that's the strength of your footy club, not just your league side, but right down to L13s as well. So, well done to Jervois out top there. So, and our Swamport Hotel ladder, again, a big thank you to Swamport Hotel, our major sponsor, have been for quite a number of years. So, the league ladder as it stands, we have 3 sides on 4 points. That's the Coorong Cats, who obviously got the week off this week. Taylor and Ben have come out the blocks really well, and probably another winnable game today. Definitely. And Jervois with 4. Mannum, who we'll see today, as well as Southern Valley, both on 2. So, we've talked a lot about how important this game is. Imperials, I actually tipped them to burst the Cats unbeaten run 2 weeks ago, and the Cats went, someone forgot to tell the Cats, and they would come out and went bang. Maipalonga have been really tight 2 games, but they're on 0. Mallee Districts and Maipo actually play today, and as we mentioned, Ramblers on no points at all. So, really interesting, even competition so far, boys. So,
it is, for sure. Yep.
One of our features, the coaches are really great with their time. And I've had the chance to interview Ben Quinn pre-match, just had a bit of a chat to him about what's going on. So we'll have a little look at that now with Ben Quinn, the senior coach of the Mannum Footy Club. Down here,
Tip over.
And it's a big welcome to Tom Keogh, mate. So first year is coaching the club at Southern Valley Suns, so appreciate you giving up your time on match day. So welcome back, and it's my privilege now to introduce to us Ben Quinn, the coach of Mannum. Welcome, Quinny.
Hey, Steiner, how you going, mate?
Good, mate, and appreciate you giving up your time before the match, so to have a chat with us.
Always.
4th year coaching the club?
Yep.
So what's the expectations this year? Missed finals the last couple of years, so I'm assuming that's probably a goal of yours, as every coach is. So.
Yeah, definitely. I think the last couple of years have been a little disappointing with injuries and how it's all rolled out. But definitely the club's tracking really well in every other sense now. We've got it really on track. But at our camp this year, we made it. We've got posters up in the chain. We're playing finals. That's our goal for a start, and see how we go. Yeah.
And with the club itself, obviously your family's had a long connection with Mannum, and your dear dad as well. So it was really great to actually take this role on as club coach.
Yeah, it's always been a dream of mine ever since Dad did the role. Actually, it's his birthday today, so shout out to him. And my daughter got the Anzac medal, which is pretty special.
Awesome,
But ever since he did the job, I wanted to do it, and hence spending some time away from the club as well, because
so you were at Corinda for a while?
I went. Yeah, Corinda I was out there for 5 years, and then went to Lamoureux as well for a year. That was just I approached the club when flagged that I wanted to coach, and they said, maybe go get some experience first. So,
Yep.
yeah, did that, and, yeah, you're very fortunate and, very proud to be able to coach my home club. It has its challenges at times,
It
but
does,
it's very rewarding. Yeah.
Yep. And obviously, it's a bit of a turnover of players. Some greats that have retired and others moved on. But you got some new guys in. Just tell us about a few of those new players that have come in. So
Yeah, I guess we'll start with like a couple of like ex-locals coming back, like local kids that have been down at Sturt for a while, like Chatty Reschke and Kobe Dabnett and Caden Don't, all coming back full time, which is fantastic. It's a real focus of ours. We identify that we've got, and had some really great juniors, and we want to see them back here. We want to see them playing at the highest level they possibly can, but having them here is nice.
Yep.
So yeah, it's great to have them back, and then we've added in. Ben Yeomans, who's a senior, him and Nick Ferguson, who's Bryce Yench's brother-in-law.
Yes. Yep.
So they came in the equation late, which we thought we needed to add some experience to the youth, which has been great.
Yep.
And Cody Wolford and Matty Min has come aboard as our player assistant coach.
Yeah, people know Matt Min from previous times.
Yeah, so he's been fantastic for me. Yeah.
And so the kids were all footy clubs. You love to see those kids go down and try, and hopefully they stay there forever, but when they do come back, obviously they bring a lot back. And someone like Chad, I'm sure when he said I'm coming back, they would have just given the whole place a lift.
Yeah, 100%. Like he had a bit of a rough year last year, like lost a bit of the spark for footy with a few injuries and stuff. So he flagged it pretty early. He was keen.
Yep.
So we just put all that focus into that because once that sort of we got that and spread, that was really good news for the town.
And he himself, the hamstring, is that right?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Had a stellar kicked 8 goal 6 round 1, and then Tuesday night the Tuesday after done a bit of a hammy, but we don't think it's that bad. So hopefully probably this one and another one, and then we'll see him back.
Right,
so.
you'd rather have him playing later on, of course. So, but obviously made a big impact. So
yeah.
And even like Kobe, a ripping young lad.
Yeah.
We lost Blake Tarbe, but I reckon it's probably a like for like with.
Yeah, he's an energizer bunny, Kobe. Like, just got to try and slow him down sometimes. But his physicality and his energy is just fantastic. So we have lost some really good players across the off season, but. In saying that, I think we've brought in just the injection of youth and a bit of a blend which we needed. So
cool. And talking to Tom Go before, so Mannum and the Suns, similar 2 games, had a really good win, and I actually tipped you to beat Talam at Talam. Obviously, they're improving, so big game for you guys out here. So
we've really stressed that this week on the track. It's just a massive week, I think. Yeah, Suns, 1-on-1 similar, but very. Well,
if you're going to play finals,
these are the games you got to win, 100%. So we know today's a really big day, and I know they'll be thinking the same. Like it's one that you have to win.
Yeah.
So,
And just with the Mannum Footy Club, you said you're tracking really well, and I know probably more a question for a president, but you are a club coach.
Yeah.
Facilities, obviously, you see the footings for the light towers. You've got a grant, so I mean, sure that helps as a club coach. Attracting players, getting guys back, and just getting families in as well.
Yeah, it does. It's having the light. We're due late May. They've put it on it. So to have the new lights, which thank God we're training in near dark conditions out here. But no, it is. You can go sell that, and then we've got a grant approved. That's not short term, but for upgraded facilities as well.
Yep.
So but
and the netball are getting facilities
netball.
Too.
Yeah. So and. Yeah, I just think we've got some really great people around we're doing 100 meals on a Thursday night. We're doing heaps of meals on a Saturday night. It's just, we're making it the place to be on a Thursday and Saturday. So, it's cool. Yeah, it's a really good place.
And just leading into the game today, so what's been a focus at training this week and pre-match as well? One thing that you want these guys to do to absolute best today that's going to help you win against the Suns. Is there anything in particular, or?
Yeah, I just think reliability is a big thing for us, and it's great to have the Anzac Day. It's reliable, but it's everything that we're doing. It's not just when it's your turn to go. It's reliable. Got training, off the track, but it's game day today. It's just reliable communication. That's going to be our big thing. I think we've implemented a really solid game plan around that suits us and suits this deck really well with the open space. So
it looks brilliant out there too.
It's really looking good. Yeah, it's awesome. So, but I think it's that reliability to stick to the plan. Yeah.
Right. Well, again, with Hoodie, these are Hoodie's 10 fire questions. So quick 10 questions for you. So your age, mate?
42.
42. You're looking good for 42, mate. You almost look like you have a game, mate. Middle name?
Thomas.
And favourite position?
I love forward, but I'd still say I'd love it on the ball.
On ball, okay. And your nickname?
I've got a fair few.
Yeah.
Probably, Quinny, obviously, but Q.
Q?
Pretty much, Q. Yeah.
Okay. And with this one stumped Tommy. Couldn't answer this one. So what celebrity are you taking on a date, mate?
On a date?
On a date. Again, this is Hoodie asking. This not me. So.
On a date, probably... I'll just say Ben Cousins.
Ben Cousins?
Yeah. I'd love to get in his head, mate. No, him and...
So you're West Coast man, were you?
No, just love the way he went about it. Just his gut running and how hard he worked. And, he's had his, like me, he's a bit of a lad as well. So he's had his issues. But, he's just read his book and all that sort of stuff, and I reckon I could have a bit of.
So not a supermodel, then you want to go?
No, I'm not interested in that.
Okay.
It's all good.
Now, your most famous phone number in your phone, in your contacts, mate. Anyone in particular?
Ooh, famous. I'm not that connected. Probably two. Tommy Lewis.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's pretty. He's
Yep.
a bit of, but Cozzy.
Cozzy?
Yeah, Cozzy.
Yep.
I had his contact in my phone for when I worked with Viterra. He needed some old tarps. So,
Okay.
Yeah, had a bit of a chat with him and organised some stuff there. He still owes me a sheep if you're watching Cozzy.
And favourite TV show, mate? Do you watch any TV or?
Not really normal TV, mate. For normal TV, I'd say MasterChef. I'm a bit of a. I love
MasterChef.
cooking.
Like, you like to get out and do a bit of cooking?
Yeah, mate. I do probably 90% of the cooking at home. Just love it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
and you live in Mannum, or?
Yeah, just 500 metres up the road,
Okay,
mate.
cool.
Yeah.
Now, TikTok, Insta, or Facebook, mate? Or you're in my area where?
Yeah,
what?
not really.
Or fax, phone, or pager? What is it?
Just I'd probably look at Insta a little bit more than any of it. Not TikTok, mate. Not into that.
No, okay. Winter or summer? Which is your favourite one, mate?
I'd have to say winter with
Winter?
footy. Yeah.
Not a river boy?
We just sold our boat actually. Yeah, just weren't using it. So summer's great around here too. Love summer, going on the river and golf a bit, but you don't get to do this stuff.
Yeah. And single, married, partner?
Married.
Married, yep.
Yeah.
And what car are you running with this year, mate? What do you run? Yeah.
I run a 2019 Ranger XLT, so kitted out to tow the van around.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You get away when you can? Or?
Yeah, get it out. We only got the van 2 years ago, so we bought a brand new van. So it's great. Got a couple of kids, 8 and 6, so take them on adventures and
Because they grow up quick, mate. They do. So
yeah. It's good.
Anyway, Ben, look, really do appreciate you giving up time before the game. All the best today and for the rest of the season, and fantastic to catch
Cheers,
up,
mate. Thank you. Appreciate it. Cheers.
And welcome back, and again, boys, I really do appreciate the league coach giving up their time. We try and get through all of them at the start of the year just to find out a bit more about them. And I knew Quinny had coached at Karuna, but I never realised he'd actually spent a year. Was it a year at Lameroo?
Year at Lameroo, yeah. Things didn't quite work out for Quinny at Lameroo. Had a lot of injuries. Results didn't go Lameroo's way for that year. But I hope he enjoyed his time at Lameroo.
And Dabby, he's a Mannum boy, so coaching your own club sometimes you damned if you do, damned if you don't sometimes, can't you?
Definitely would come with a lot of pressure, I'd imagine, because, wherever you're coaching, you want to do well, but you really want your home club to do well, don't it? So,
So, again, thank you to Ben. We'll just move on to our team of the week. So, that was from, I think it's Matty Hood who picked our team of the week. So, we'll just run through that now on the screen. Some great games of footy each week in the River Murray, so a difficult job to do, but we do thank all those contributors there. So, we have a segment we brought in this year, guys. It's called What Needs Fixing. So I know you two guys are still milling it over, so I'll start for one. What needs fixing? Gambling ads in footy. Drives me spare. You can't watch a game of footy without seeing all these gambling ads come up, and the AFL, rightly so, an umpire or a player gets on the wrong side of things and they whack them, but then they're more than happy to take the money from gambling companies. And also when we hear a lot about social media and some of the challenges with players and copying a bit, and I didn't actually realise, but sometimes too players are copying it because someone has had a bet on them to have 30 plus or kick 6 goals and they don't, and then all of a sudden it's cost them money. So gambling has some footy, fix it. Anyway, that's just my view. So Baz, anything you think needs fixing?
Well, when I first thought about this, I thought I was going to start talking about the Crows from last night. But if I did that, I'd swear and I'd throw something at Griff behind the camera. So I don't want to do either. So I've decided not to go down that path. I want to discuss just quickly attitude towards country towns, small country towns. We have been through a dry period in that, but I can tell you firsthand that the attitude in small country towns is as positive as it's ever been, because it needs to be. That's just the way we roll. And at Lameroo, Penaroo in the Southern Mallee at the moment, there's a lot of good things happening. The silo art, we finished that Monday, and it's just been so positive. And people have got to understand it's just not Lameroo, it's Penaroo, it's all the surrounding towns that have dipped into their pockets to make this thing happen. So, I just want to make sure that everyone thinks that, or doesn't think that everything's doom and gloom in small country areas, and that's everywhere. That's Mannum. There's some good things happening here. It's all small country towns, but certainly.
The easiest thing to do is criticise, isn't it?
Well, it is, and they just want a handout, and as soon as it stops raining, they need some money or whatever it might be, subsidies. Well, that's not the case. We actually tend to look after ourselves pretty well, but the main thing is we're certainly upbeat, and it will rain. It always has in the past. We just got to be patient.
Yep, cool. Well done. And Nick?
I'll try not to pick the boring things being a farmer, like to ask you to fix the weather or something like that. But the theme of the RMFL, I just would like the Mallee Highway to be fixed so that everyone in the RMFL enjoys their experience coming to Lameroo and Pinaroo. And you know, we believe everyone has a great day when they get to Lameroo and Pinaroo, and we love hosting everyone, but we just wish it wasn't as frustrating for them to get there.
Well, if you straighten that road out, you probably cut 10 k's off too.
So if anyone's got anything to do with the Mallee Highway and the rebuilds, it's now getting rebuilt again. You
Speak
know,
down the camera, mate. Let them know.
Have a real crack at it this time, and hopefully everyone else in the RMFL travelling can enjoy their experience a bit more.
There you go. That's what needs fixing. So once again, with our before the game, big thank you to the professionals, David and Karen Clark. So if any you're looking to buy or sell or rent, pop in and see them in Bridge Street or go online or give them a call. So a big thank you to those guys for sponsoring our before the game. So social media, we've got 3 guys here. I'm sure we're right up to date with social media. So all the Facebook pages, and the clubs do a fantastic job, each one keeping their members up to date with what's going on. So we'll just start off with the Coorong Cats. Obviously got the week off this week, but they've got a premiership gin out there that you can get hold of. So contact the club and I'm sure they'll be able to help you there. And so good luck to the Cats. Baz.
Yep, so at Imps, some milestone games for the 3 fellas there. Nathan Wright plays his 150th, Jacob Rance 200, and the old fella Louis D. Michel. I actually thought he would have played more games than this because he's starting to fade away a bit up top and that. I thought he was older than what he is.
But, no ball jokes here, mate. No, come on,
no, there shouldn't be. So Louis plays his 200th game, so well done, big fella.
And out at Jervois, Mackenzie Hansen had a little injury trouble, but he's playing his 50th senior game today, so congratulations, Macca. And Nick?
Out of the Mallee Storm today, they got the Anzac Day medal, and that's named after Ian Wayne Johnson today.
And Mannum, Baz.
So today we acknowledge the Colin Wakefield medal. I'm sure he's done a lot in the area and as a returned soldier. So we acknowledge Colin Wakefield today.
And out at Maipo, they've got an Anzac Day jumper, and all the Anzac Day jumpers are brilliant, I reckon. Some great designs out there. And Maipo are having the Alwyn Llewellyn medal for their Anzac Day. Rusty, I think, is more commonly known. There's a lot of Llewellyns still out at Maipo, so well done to them, and well done to every club for their Anzac Day remembrances. So.
And at Ramblers today, sounds like they're keeping their cans cool with some Anzac stubby holders. So that and they've got the Colin Norrish medal out there today.
The Southern Suns, look forward to this one. Suns have got talent. That's an interesting lead-in because I'm not sure how much talent there is there at the Suns after ours, but I look forward to that. So that's on the 3rd of May at Lameroo.
And out at Tailem Bend, once again, the Anzac Day celebrations. They have the Ronald Tippins medal. All the football clubs, both sides, and also in the RMNA, best on courts in the A-grade netball as well. So, it's done really well from the AFL right down to country and suburban footy. It's done particularly well. So, congratulations to all the clubs. So that's all our social media up to date. So you boys are all up to date now on all the socials, so that's good. Just to mention our Ruck and Rover podcast. So Nick Pearce is in part 1 and 2, and they're now up on Spotify. So podcasts and Spotifys and all this sort of stuff. It's foreign language to me, boys. But so Chili Chandler and Harry Mansfield put that together, and they actually sponsor Matt's quiz later on. So we're going to head now to an interview I was able to record earlier with a very impressive young man by the name of Tom Keogh, who's taken on the senior coaching role at Southern Mallee Suns. So here's the interview we did with Tom a bit earlier. Down here,
Tip over.
And it's a big welcome to Tom Keogh, mate. So first year is coaching the club at Southern Mallee Suns, so appreciate you giving up your time on match day. So, a couple of games in. How have you found it so far, mate?
Yeah, good. Obviously, a big thank you goes to Nick Hyde with the work he's done the last few years. So, taking over from him, not that coaching's easy, but he's made it as easy as possible. And obviously, he's still involved and giving me a lot of support. And I think the first game, I was running around like a headless chook. Didn't know where to look, and obviously got to worry about playing as well as sort of watching everyone and watching the game. So a bit to it, but enjoying the challenge.
Yeah, I was just going to sort of ask you that. Most playing coach of any sort of sport, you've really got to have a good people on the bench that you can just concentrate on playing footy and come in at the breaks, let them sort of run things. Is that sort of how you've approached it?
Yeah, definitely. I've got Hayden Thorpe, who's actually a previous medal winner in the Mallee comp and knows his footy really well, and he's been keen to help out this year. So we've also got Tom Werthel, who's unfortunately out with injury and just had surgery this week on his ankle, unfortunately. So he's been able to help me out a bit with rotations and stuff as well. So I'm learning it, they're learning a little bit as well. But also Nick Hyde on field takes care of my back line. Josh Smithson, who's an experienced player himself, also looks after midfield. So between a lot of us, we sort of get a few points of view, which is handy, and don't want to run a dictatorship at all. So I want to make sure I'm getting lots of feedback from different people, and they've been really helpful so far.
Okay. And with Nick as well, said that balance between playing and coaching, and I think probably River Murray Footy League clubs probably never really saw the best of Nick as a player, so maybe that pressure of coaching. So I know he had a pretty good game. How's he sort of settled in? You said he's been good. Having an old coach there, sometimes it can work and can't work. How's he been?
He's good. Like I said, he's been fantastic. I mean, we're obviously a new club, but he's worked from Pinaroo, for 5-6 years as a coach, and since we took over as the Suns, he's been outstanding and set our club up in a way it's always club first, he's always team first. So it's hard to argue with a man who does everything right and puts the team first all the time. But I think this year trying to free him up a bit across our back line and run our back line. He obviously pinched it in the ruck a little bit as well, but he's been fantastic for us. I think seeing him at centre half backs probably sets us up really well behind the ball. His impact in the air, his ability to close people down and shut down his opponents, outstanding. So hopefully that does free him up a little bit and he can focus a little bit more.
I don't think we've sort of seen the best of him as a player. It's just that balance. So with the club coming in a couple of years ago, you've sort of been in the finals each year. 2023, I think you finished top at minor round. So what do you think as a coach or the club's got to do to maybe just go that step further and win finals games and really mix it with the big guys?
It's a tough one. Without rattling off too many cliches for you, we probably, as much as we're a process-orientated team and club, we probably weren't enjoying the process as much. We got to the finals, and obviously we've got a fair bit of travel for our locals and a fair bit of travel for Adelaide-based players, and we're probably a bit tired at the wrong end of the year, so a little bit of a focus into sort of making sure that we're good to go the whole year. But if we sit here and talk finals now in round 3, you end up missing them. So we just want to get back to enjoying that process. I think sometimes when you have expectations, it's a wonderful thing. I think if there's an old saying, pressure is a privilege, and I think if you're feeling it, you deserve it. So we sort of want to make sure we're enjoying our footy, and then we'll let the rest take care of itself. So like I mentioned, if we sit here and go, okay, let's play finals, we're going to be a top 3, you end up losing sight of what's important each week. And
I know one game at a time.
And I know it's a cliche, but we just want to make sure we're enjoying our football. We've got such a young, coachable group, and they're amazing to coach. And every training, they'll do everything you say, and it's a really cool thing to coach and a really good environment to have. And a credit to Nick and the I suppose the whole club the last few years for recruiting good players and good people. So just sort of. If you, like I said, I can't really worry too much about finals at the moment, but we just want to enjoy footy, and we'll worry about that when we get to it, I suppose.
And so, training-wise, you guys train in Adelaide at all? Like up at home? What's the procedure there? I know it's just difficult. I know clubs here where everyone turns up Thursday night trains, whereas the expansion clubs, they've got different grounds, blokes in Adelaide. How do you go about that?
If we made everyone travel 2.5 hours to get to training, we might lose a few players. So we actually have a bit of a split, and it's almost pretty even. We have about 25 players based around Adelaide. We're in Adelaide, so we train.
There you train?
Yep. So I coach. I'm obviously based in Adelaide myself, so I coach the boys in Adelaide, and we have my brother's one and a couple of players. Charlie Dabnett, who's a leader in our group as well. A couple of coaches back home, Hayden, etc., that help out at our local training. So we train Tuesday, Thursdays, but a big split group. This week we actually train together. So once a month we sort of Ramblers Footy Club have been amazing to us, and they let us train there. So we were there all together on a Wednesday night. Obviously can't sit up the same nights as Ramblers.
Fair enough,
we train together Wednesday night and go to the pub for dinner after, which is great as well.
It's probably the challenges that you guys have.
Yeah, it is, and I think it'll be a challenge we have for the existence of our club. So, but everyone does it really well.
And just on today, Mannum and the Suns, I reckon 2 games in, very similar. You both had one, that really good win. Mannum with Ramblers out here, and you guys with the Storm, but also both have had that probably more of a disappointing game, if you like. So where do if you're planning on playing later on in the year, teams like Mannum, they're sides you got to beat, don't you? Come here and beat them. So
100%. And early wins, they're gold in the start of the season, aren't they? You got to do your work early, and you don't want them to sort of take too long to get going. But I think I'm sort of, as I'm new to coaching, but I've obviously been in the league for a few years, and I know they've got a few recruits, and everyone's looking a little bit different. So it takes a little bit of time for the league and everyone to work each other out. So we made sure we're coming today with sort of an open mindset, but ready to get to work. And look, again, if we worry too much about the opposition, I know it's the cliches, but we just got to control what we can and try and play our best footy, and we're going to keep trying to improve each week. And regardless if we're playing maybe a team that finished in the top half last year or a team that finished in the bottom half, we've got to make sure our mindset's right.
As they come each week. So,
exactly.
You mentioned before, so West Adelaide Footy Club, you're doing the under-14s. So how that sort of come about, and obviously, a lot of time at Richmond Oval. It's obviously still in your blood a fair bit, the blood's, pardon the pun. So,
definitely. So last year I was... got approached. It's a new comp, so the comp's been traditionally under 16s and 18s as a pathway for, I suppose, senior players or even getting to the AFL. And part of the Samford's review a few years ago was getting the 14 comp in. It's only a very short season, so it's only everyone plays each other once. So I just finished 2 Wednesdays ago.
Finals or just
no, it's all the development. Clubs aren't even allowed to post the scores, so it's all about development, and we treat it that way. Every player plays across every line throughout the game, so 24 picked every week, and we 6-6-6 and you rotate. So I'm obviously a teacher by trade, so I enjoy that, and I obviously love my West Adelaide Footy Club, and to get involved there and to be one of the first voices that players here. Selfishly, it scratches that itch of being involved in Westies and involved in the SANFL, and had a really talented group in some RMFL.
I was going to say a few lads from up here.
We had Chase Westphalen from the Suns and Seth Rankin from Imps. Two terrific players as well, and they did outstanding this season, and the club did really well. We won 6 of our 7 games, so some talented juniors coming through, which is exciting for us at West Adelaide. And but it's all about development, and like I said, it's about a 3.5 month season, the whole thing. So some lead-in trainings and some games. So really enjoy that, and like I said, it scratches that itch of West Adelaide and keeps me involved. Which
and
well.
make you feel old, a 10-year reunion coming up, right?
Yeah, we actually it was meant to be last weekend, but so we sort of met as a pre-game, and I'd never actually watched the game back. So I was on TV, so I had to sort of watch a bit, although I got towed up on the day at fullback. But anyway, no, it was good. It was good to see those players, and I'll unfortunately miss the official reunion. I'll be there on the Friday night dinner, but that comes up in a few weeks as well.
Okay, that's awesome.
End of May,
So Brandon Grenfell played a couple of games for you guys. I noticed he's not picked today, so where's he at? He's come in, look at his record in Country Victoria, he's kicked a lot of goals, and averaging 6.5 in 2 games, so he's not playing today. What's the story there?
So he was we obviously had a few injuries early in the season, and I'm not sure if you're aware, but Josh Smithson happens to know everyone in the state, I believe. So he's been fantastic for us. So he was a connection through Josh, and we sort of got him over for a few games. But his season started now, and look, we'd love to get him later in the season. We'll see how things go, and obviously when a guy of his size and capability rolls in, and there's an opportunity for him to come to your club, and but he's based in Victoria, so there's a bit of a. But
you never know. You
never know. That's right. I'd love to have him later in the year. We'll see how we go.
So just on today's game. So there's one thing throughout the course of the week with training and your pre-match that you want you guys to focus on. One thing you want to bring today that will hopefully get you the win. What maybe one thing in particular?
Our club's been based on defensive pressure for the last few years. Nick did a fantastic job of setting a team up defensively, but one thing if you let 8 goals through, you've got to kick 9 to win. So our ball movement was a big focus. I thought we were pretty stagnant against Gervois in round 1. We sort of made it easy to defend ourselves. So in that
big
regard,
overlay, plenty of
space. Hopefully not too windy. Although I do hear it gets pretty windy here at times. So we'll try and move the ball and play attacking football. That's our plan for today.
Cool. All right. So again, big thank you for coming on before the game. So we've got 10 quick questions. All these quick questions. So quick fire questions, quick answers. So. First good one up. Age, straight away?
33.
33. Middle name?
Anthony.
And favourite position?
Probably centre half back.
Centre half back, okay. And your nickname?
It's actually Special.
Right.
Special K, Tommy K, Special K, the breakfast cereal. It's a bit of a long-winded one. Started when I was a teenager at Sonny Vote, who's now a local here.
He's out at Maipo,
so he started it and somehow stuck. So.
Okay, well, there you go. And what celebrity would you be taking on a date?
Oh, jeez. That's a great question. It's too many.
Too many?
Too many pick from. Yeah, I have to brain check that one. You put me on the spot.
That's all right, all good. And the most famous phone number in your phone, in your contacts list?
Oh, jeez. That's a great question as well. Probably someone from the Suns. I think I've got Gary Ablett Jr.'s in there.
Ablett Jr.?
I don't think I'd...
so he's on speed dial for you?
No, definitely not. It might have been a text many moons ago when I was up there for a year.
What was it like playing with him? Very quick.
Oh, amazing. He's a star. He's the way he sees the game and his attention to detail. You talk about process and process orientation. He's amazing. And just he'd do things casually that I'm picking my jaw up off the floor just watching him train. He was amazing.
Right. So Gary Ablett Jr. and Tom Keogh. There you go.
Don't think so.
Favourite TV show, mate?
That's got probably Family Guy.
Family Guy. And who do you barrack for in the AFL? Is it the Suns?
He's actually the Suns now, yep. Paid up member. No, I hope they do well. We started the season well, but lost to Richmond last week. So now I've got a bit of expectation. It actually sucks when they lose now, so it's exciting.
TikTok, Insta or Facebook?
I have to go probably Instagram.
Right. Winter or summer, mate? Which is the
I actually prefer winter. Yeah, we play footy in winter, so I'll take that.
Cool. Single, married, partner?
Married, yes. Married for a couple of years. My wife, Chelsea. Yeah.
Cool. And what car are you running with at the moment?
I've got an Isuzu D-Max. Pretend to be a big country person. But
so when you drive back up to Pinaroo...
I carry my school books in a ute. Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. But
all right. Well, again, mate, really appreciate you giving up time game day to come in. Fantastic to talk to you. All the best for today and also the rest of the year. And appreciate your time, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks. Welcome back, everyone. And a big thank you again to Tom Keogh. And boys, you know Tom probably better than I do. It was a long interview, but he's just such an impressive bloke. You just want to listen and chat to him all day, can't you? So
yeah, just a ripper fella,
Yeah.
you know, let alone football and everything he's achieved. Just a really nice bloke. So, yeah, Suns are very fortunate to have Tom on board.
Yep. And I suppose from Pinaroo point of view, local lad, come back, achieved a lot of stuff, didn't have to come back and play, now take on the coaching role. So, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, we're just looking forward to what he can bring for the younger group.
Yep.
You know, all about junior development and wanting our juniors to come through, and hopefully it really entices more, you know, local lads to come back and be involved in the footy, and the ones that are there really benefit from his experience.
Exactly, yeah. So big thank you again to both coaches. So now moving on to round 3, this week's game. So Jervois and Imperials out at Jervois, boys. These two clubs don't probably care a lot for each other, and it's always on when they play. And so what's your thoughts, Baz, on this one?
Yeah, early in the week I tipped Jervois, but late mail, Ben Hansen and the new ruckman won't play.
Okay.
So big out, so Harry Barnett has to step up again. Hard to replace 5 or 6 goals a game, which Ben Hansen's been getting in the first few games. So I'm going to go Imps, but I feel it's only early, but the pressure's on Imps. They recruited so strongly, and expectations were so high.
And you know Toddy well, he would have been cheesed off.
He was
after.
up and about. He's been talking about last week's game, the Cats and Imps, for 5 months.
Yep.
And yeah, he's chomping at the bit to get into this week.
Yep.
So expectations high. Unfortunately, Cam Ball still won't play. Had a skiing accident, so still suffering from a bit of concussion and that. So he's a quality player that's still not about. I'm going to go Imps, but again, I'm not sure why I do that tip against Jervois at Jervois, but I just think this is it for Imps. It's only round 3, but the pressure's on them.
Yeah, and Dabby?
Yeah, I think it's a bit belter of a game. If RMFL TV was there today, I'd be tuning in from here to have a bit of a watch. And you can't write Jervois off. I think, you know, the game's not over until the last siren with that.
Yep.
With those guys, so yeah, I'll be tipping Jervois.
Yeah, but the same. I actually picked Imps to burst the Cats bubble, and he said Toddy would have been pretty upset with that. But Jervois out at Jervois, even with a couple of guys out, saw him 2 weeks ago, and Maipo just left the door ajar for him, and they're a club you just don't do that, and they just came back, got himself back in the game in the third quarter, and so many good players. So hopefully a good game. But I think Jervois at Jervois for me just so.
Yep.
Second game, Mallee Districts v Maipo out at Karoonda. So Dabby, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think Maipo really enjoyed today. Ben had to really open the game up. It's got really good sound structure, and I think they'll be able to open the game up and have a free-flowing game.
You would have seen Mallee Districts the other week. A work in progress, would you say? Or
yeah, I think they've definitely got some good positive signs there. I think it'll just be a matter of keeping that group together and getting them working together, and I think by the end of the year they'll be in a pretty good
sort of
place.
playing that good couple of quarters, but just perhaps running out of steam. And Baz, your thoughts?
Yeah, much the same. I mean, with about 12 new players out of the Storm, it's going to take time. My only issue with them is they've recruited strongly, but whether they've recruited just that 2 or 3 high-end players, I think Adam Smythe obviously won a male medal here playing for Mannum. He's got to do a bit more. Tim Smythe the same. Yep. So they're going to be competitive every game, and that's what Tosi wants. He wants them to be hard to play against, which is great, but we've got to win games of footy at some stage. Yep. So kicking a winning score is going to be tough, but they'll be competitive. Maipo, I mean, Cam Eilert coming in is just a huge in for not only Maipo, but for the league.
Homsch is back in, and Wilkins, they didn't play against Sherwood either.
That's
so
right.
They're just getting stronger.
Scoring potential's there. So Cam Eilert, I think he's kicked 750 odd goals. Yep. He's nearly 40, but move as well as anyone. So that's exciting. It's not going to excite the Storm players chasing him around, but I think Maipo are going to be hard to defend on the big Karoonda Oval. So Maipo by quite a bit, man.
Yeah, I think the same. As I said, Dabby, District Storm, Tosi Clay wants them to be hard to play against, and you can do that for a while, but at some stage when you get tired and the game opens up, and Maipo, although they haven't won a game, they've certainly they've pushed the Cats for 2.5 quarters, nearly 3 quarters, and last week it was anyone's game in that final quarter, so a lot of quality there. I think, the top end quality of Maipo will be too strong, so they'll be win comfortably. So next game, Ramblers v Tarlin in at Le Mesurier. Tarlin, Baz, they've taken all before them.
Up and about. I think I haven't been to their trainings and haven't seen them play yet, but everyone says there's a bit of an excitement out in the group at Tailem, and that brings about. That's been brought about by Tyson Edwards, from what I see. Just a positive attitude, but driving standards. And I think with young players over the journey, maybe Tailem haven't got the best out of their young players, but I think
they've had a lot of quality juniors.
Well, they've won a lot of premierships in the 18s and 15s, but why aren't those players coming through and playing senior footy? So Tyson's certainly addressing that. I think they'll win. I think they'll win well. Ramblers just haven't recruited strong enough. If you're going to rely on Alex Pfeiffer and Lewis and these fellas have been around for a long time to win you a game of footy, it's asking too much. They can hold up and they can defend, but you've got to kick a winning score, and I can't see them doing that. So I think tail them quite easily.
Yep. And just on that, Jared Whalen, 350 games for Ramblers this week.
Yeah.
He played a lot of footy, decorated career, premierships, A-grade captain premierships, and these are the guys I love because he could quite easily sit back and say, well, I'll sit in the rocking chair, I've done it all, but they're struggling at the moment and he's still continuing to play. So those guys there, congratulations, Wales, that's a fantastic achievement.
Yeah,
So,
great effort.
And Dabby, your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I think Taylor will be able to continue to ride the wave, but you never know with a milestone game and
Yeah, true.
a week off. Ramblers, they might be still a good show, but yeah, you can just see Taylor, really building and thriving there today.
Yeah, well, I think the same. Taylor Bend, when you look at the draw, they had 3 very winnable games, and with youth, they're different these days, the 18-year-olds, but having Tyson there as a leader, if you like, and setting some very high standards, what I'm hearing, I think, Ramblers probably stick with them for a little while, but I can see probably Taylor Bend with a nice day kicking a pretty big score, and continuing on their winning way. So, And our final match, our RMFL TV Swamport Hotel round of the game of the round, Mannum v Mallee, Southern Mallee out here. So 2 Southern Mallee boys here, one end of the town to the other, Lammer and Pinaroo. What's your thoughts, boys?
Oh, well, it's pretty easy to say we'd just love to see the Suns win, but I think we're in for a cracker of a day.
Yep.
Good game. Just really want to see the Suns continue to build with their group. A few more younger lads, playing, and every game they play, they're going to get better. So we really want to see them, really start to gel as a team and enjoy. Probably what's going to be a wide open game on the bigger oval, and I'm sure Mannum are going to know how to play it well, but it might encourage the Suns boys to really push out as well and open the game up.
So they're going to win out here, Dabby?
Well, I don't want to jinx them. We'll just go with Can we just say it's going to be a good game?
Okay. And Baz, your thoughts, mate?
I think it's going to be a great game. Yep. Few injuries still, mainly at Mannum. Sun's getting closer to full strength.
Okay. Yep.
Just with Mannum, great to see Mitchell Smith. I think he's going to play back playing footy, which is what we want to see. I'm really looking forward to watching some of their younger blokes. Young Kobe Dabnett, heard a lot about him, big strong body. So looking forward to the way he goes about it. And young Crollig too, more of a key forward from what I hear.
Yep.
So
young
looking
Stag,
forward to.
And there's a lot of them.
It's Stag. The battle between Oscar Barrett and young Jeremy Stag.
Yes, I think
Jacob Stag.
There's a couple of Stag boys, yes.
Yep. So, that's what we want to see, clashes between two young fellas just trying to stamp their mark on the game.
Yep.
I just think the Suns, with their scoring potential, be interesting to see what Tommy Keogh does with himself. I think with Grenfell playing, Tommy hasn't had to do too much. It's just get the footy, get it down there deep. I think that he's going to have to contribute a little bit more. The other big one for me, we talk about recruits. I think Nick Hyde's almost a recruit for the Suns. It's hard to play and coach at the same time, and I think something suffers along the journey when you do that. Now, not coaching, the first 2 games, I've seen him a lot freer, and he can control the back 6. So I think he's an important addition, if you like, to the Suns. I think they'll win, and probably win by 4 or 5 in the end.
Well, actually, I did ask Tom that question. Sometimes as a playing coach, you've got to have that balance between just playing and letting your bench guys do it. And I think from the River Murray Footy League point of view, we probably never saw the best of Nick in the first couple of years. Just probably maybe worrying too much about. I know he had injuries as well, but hopefully now with that free, you can just go out and play footy. So well, I'm the neutral here, so look, I think it's going to be a great game. It's unfortunate that we don't have Chad Rescue one end and Brandon Grenfell the other, but that's what we've got. But Mannum are improving side, and as we talked to both coaches, both have said the same. Well, Mannum have to beat a Southern Mallee and vice versa if they're going to play finals. So hard one. Mannum tough to beat out here at home, but as you mentioned, I think the open ground probably suits the Suns as well. So I think the Suns maybe 1-10. So, but hopefully a great game of footy here, and obviously it's Anzac Day, so we'll have remembrance ceremonies beforehand, and we'll have our Anzac Day medals. So just looking forward to another great day of RMFL football. So, and obviously the Coorong Cats, they've just got a couple of weeks just to rest a few blokes up, get a few injuries, and come back. So good day to Dan and the boys out there. So just keep in mind next week our live stream will come from Johnson Park. We have Imperials v Mallee District Storm. So looking forward to that. All right, now we come on to the main event, Matt's quiz. And just on that, guys, you've both been coaches and involved with footy clubs. 2 rounds in, blokes buggering off on holidays. What's your thoughts? You know, it's
It's poor.
Poor,
It's poor.
yeah.
Oh, I think we've really got to look at his selection on this group.
Yep.
Move him on.
Gabby, mate, you've been there before.
Well, they'd want to come back bloody in good nick, wouldn't they?
Well, it's 5 weeks in Las Vegas, so anything could happen, mate. Anything could happen. So, g'day, Matty. He'll probably be watching. He'll probably check on
Yeah,
us.
you check on us. Yeah.
So Matt's quiz, which is brought to you by the Ruck and Rover podcast, so Chili Chandler and Harry Mansfield. So yeah, get on board and have a listen to that. Had some very interesting guests. We haven't actually been any of you been asked yet?
No.
No. Well, there you go. So obviously not. They don't have the complete talent. So we're going to bring in our fourth amigo. Now Jimmy's obviously being paid by hour. We can't afford to have him on the whole time, otherwise we'd blow the budget. So we're going to bring Jimmy in. He's going to bring in the paddles, and he's going to join. Welcome, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
So it's called Matt's quiz, but I've brought up these questions. So RMFL TV quiz. There you go. So 10 questions, and we'll see how we go here, boys. You ready to roll? So we'll just check the buzzer. So hold up, so you know.
Baz.
Nick.
Jimmy.
Cool. All right. Question number 1. Now, by the way, the prize is what it's always been, which is bugger all.
Bragging
So
rights, yeah.
there we go. Number 1. Suns coach Tom Keogh played in the last West Adelaide Footy Club League Premiership. What year was
Jimmy.
that? Jimmy. 2015. Well done, John. I better
be looking at that one by no chance.
Did you write these questions?
give you a point there. Question 2. Who is leading the Chemist King Club of the Year award?
Baz.
Baz?
That would be not the Cats. It would be Imperials. Nah.
Dabby?
Nick will have that one. Gervais.
Gervais, well done. Well, Nick. And
Thanks,
15
mate.
points.
Read that
so-
one out earlier.
Looking after you. Question 3. Mannum Football Club, now this is a multiple choice here, so just see how you go. Mannum Footy Club's last league premiership was in which year? A, 2013, B, 2014, or C, 2015?
Nick.
Yep.
2013.
Wrong.
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
2014.
Wrong. Baz, think about this.
Oh, that would be 2015.
Well done. Just sit, wait. Bradbury, mate, wait for everyone else to fall
Yeah.
over. So 10 years, there you go. Which Rambler Football Club player plays his 350th league game? Baz?
Jared Whalen.
Jared Whalen. Again, well done, Jad. Question number 5. My Palonga star Jack Klusky is currently playing for which club's VFL team? Jimmy?
Sydney Swans.
Sydney Swans, he is. Well done, Jacko. 2 to Jimmy, 2 to Baz, 1 to Nick. Now, I'll say this one with a slight tongue-in-cheek. Question 6. Current Prime Minister, I'm not sure how much longer, but Anthony Albanese barracks for which AFL team? And I think this is probably a casual barracking too, just quietly.
Who cares?
He might have snuck in on a team song a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he did. It was embarrassing.
Nick.
He was.
Was it Richmond?
No, it wasn't Richmond.
Baz, I'm going to go Western Bulldogs.
No, it wasn't Western Bulldogs. Jimmy?
Sydney Swans.
No.
Oh, no.
Hawthorn, actually.
Hawthorn.
Yeah.
The Mighty Hawks. So there we go. No. Question 7. Mallee District's coach Stephen Toasty Clay previously played for which other RMFL team?
Baz. Tailem Bend.
He did. Tailem Bend. And now, true or false? The 2025 RMFL Grand Final will be held at Imps Home Ground, Johnson Park.
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
False.
It is false. It's going to be actually at Tailem Bend. Johnson Park holds the prelim final and netball grand final. So Jimmy 3, Baz 3, Nick 1. Question number 9. Who won the last ever Mallee Football League A-grade
Baz.
premiership? Who was
You
Griffo?
got
Baz? Penaroo. There we go. Question 10. So we got Baz on 4, Jimmy 3, Nick 1. It's a who am I, boys?
Mark Steiner.
Oh, Jimmy, you're better than that. Come on, mate. You're better than that. I played 153 games for Essendon. I also played 54 games for Port Adelaide. I played in a premiership with both clubs. 2000 with...
Nick.
Yep.
Damien Hardwick.
Damien Hardwick it is. There you go. And, yeah, assistant coach at Hawthorn for 4 years. Head coach at Richmond for 13 years with 3 flags. And obviously second year is Gold Coast and doing particularly well. So, Baz, again, 4 right. Nick with 2, Jimmy with 3. So, Baz, you're our winner. Congratulations, mate.
Checks
A
in
big
the
thank
mail.
you again to, checks in the mail. Yep. Well, we might even remember to sign it too. So, big thank you to the Ruck and Rover podcast, Chili Chandler and Harry Mansfield. Thanks to everyone today for their help. To Mary Lou, Denise, Jimmy, Sophie and Griffo, thank you for behind the scenes, all the work you do. Nick, thanks for coming on board, mate, and Baz as well. So thanks to our sponsors before the game with Professionals, and obviously Swampot Hotel and Gosha Irrigation and Fodder, our major sponsors. So we'll be back later about 2:30 with our game of the day, Southern Valley Suns v Mannum here from the Mannum Footy Oval. Thanks again for your company, and we'll see you shortly.